I don't know. I know what these creatures are. Maybe Satan put y'all back together. Why am I talking about the devil so casually? Yee. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we are here with another reaction to Invincible. We're on season 4, episode 4, which is called Herm. So in the last episode, we are still on Earth and a lot of chaos has been ensuing. Mark is still very much going through the moral dilemma that he was in from episode 1. He's also on top of that dealing with the ramifications of his actions, choosing to take out, what was his name? Russ. And on top of that, it's kind of affecting his connection with Eve. Eve is also going through her own drama right now. She's very scared because her powers are on the fritz, and she recently found out she's pregnant on top of everything else. With Deb, she might be embarking on a new step in her life because Paul has asked her to move out of her home and get a home together, and it's clearly a source of conflict for her there as well. And the Guardians are split up because they had, between the Flaxen attack, they right back to back got an attack from, the Sequid attack, they got a Flaxen attack as well. And Rudy decided at the last minute that the only way to take care of it was to actually go through the portal into their world and try to stop it there. But he ended up getting stuck in there along with Monster Girl. So the Guardians are now kind of scattered at the moment. Mark's all over the place mentally, as is Eve. So things are a little bit chaotic. Ready to jump in this episode and see where it takes us. Just before I do, please do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be aware of when I drop episodes. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now.
I did something terrible.
Mark is just looking for anybody to talk to who's more grounded than the people he's talked to.
I had my hand around this guy's throat and I wanted to kill him so badly for putting my brother in danger.
No, you wanted to kill him because you feel helpless.
I'm him, Art. It finally happened.
You are so far from your father.
A lot more death and destruction in your wake to make you like your
Thank
dad.
you. I mean, Nolan's on his way back, but his blood count or his body count is immeasurable.
You know who never came in here worried he was making mistakes? Huh?
Your dad. Because he kept it all in here and in here.
I crossed a line, Art.
Well, you crossed a line. It's true.
You're still that kid who came in here a few years ago wanting to make the world a better place.
Well said, Art.
A kid just trying his best. At the very least, I can make you look the part.
Hey, OG suit, baby.
No, it's fine. I can do a job. Where?
Hell? Cool. Yeah, I was going to say a line was crossed in the sense of now that Mark has intentionally killed, that's something he can't go back from, but I wouldn't say he's crossed the line of no redemption.
And for eons, your flesh has been tempered in the vortex of that fury.
Cool.
Of the tempest that rages within me.
Great monologue. Great.
My smoldering talons will savor the fleeting relief your blood will bring.
That was a very poetical way of saying, I need you to sacrifice yourself. We really could have condensed that to one line. Short email, 5-minute monologue, unnecessary. Is this a friend of Seismic?
Never took you for coward, brother.
We need to talk about your grammar skills. Okay, we got a hell juggernaut.
Why must you make this so difficult for yourselves?
Because we're tired of you monologuing. Can't you see this other species makes everything like 5 words or less?
To challenge my reign is to welcome your doom!
Ooh, surfing on lava is new. Does anyone have water? I feel like that would be what we need for her. Just a nice, cool spring. No, she's leaking lava.
Damien, always snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Damn, she said you were a loser. That feels like it hurts.
Pity I can only end your life once.
Girl, you're losing. She wasn't lying about that. Oh, not the Arya Stark move.
Reduce you to ashes.
Oh, talk. Pathetic.
I don't think you of all people should be giving her sass.
You'll see how I...
Thank you. They're like, respectfully, madam, have you not noticed that we even skip nouns, pronouns, all the other things just to keep it real short? Using up all the precious oxygen you need to burn to talk. Ugh.
Nothing can...
Keep hitting! Why are you waiting? She clearly has regenerative powers. Like she said, you really do be snatching that defeat. Ugh, slow and painful way to die. She about to explode.
I am the great beast now. He is nothing.
That's the best you got? Well, you want to go, oh, damn, you still here, girl? Oh.
So sorry.
Can you just end it? I don't think she, oh, okay, no. You be still, okay, have a moment. Oh, you dragging all them bodies back, huh? I don't know what these creatures are. Maybe Satan put y'all back together. Why am I talking about the devil so casually? Yee. What are we drawing here? What are we summoning?
My patience wears thin, dark blood.
Not quite as thin as those legs.
Understand situation dire. Still, do not have to be so
He's the
hateful.
devil.
Your sister's fury is a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't worry, Domina. You'll soon get another chance to restore me to my throne.
She's still in there just blinking, huh?
Try conjuring ritual once more instead. It has never worked. Nor has facing her.
Right, I'm like, it sounds like we're in a lose-lose anyway.
If widen parameters of spell, what could be brought down? But
All right. So we're bringing Mark and possibly his entire family to hell? That's what I'm hearing. That is some mighty breath. The halitosis of life.
Aferte ad infernos.
I was gonna say, that blood look dry as hell.
What was that?
Not omni-man.
He ain't here.
Place your kind call hell.
I'm in hell? No.
I mean, the way you've been judging yourself lately, maybe this is exactly where you need to be, Mark, so you can recognize exactly how bad you've been or not been.
I am eternal.
Sure. Yeah.
Wait, what are you doing?
You decided to lower yourself for a woman?
I must debase myself.
Please. You're gonna have the time of your life.
For a female.
Realize how much fun it is over here.
Are you saying that you could have taken a female host at any time?
Yeah,
And
he's
you
just a misogynist.
Oh, shit.
Well, welcome to whatever this life is, sis. Wreak havoc.
This isn't so bad.
You're never gonna want to go back, sir. I mean, you'll be fine until that time of month. Then you're gonna wish like hell that you could go back to being a man. But other than that,
Ugh. If only this one had the powers of...
title card. Yeah, that was a long cold open.
That's Satan?
Yes.
Okay.
No! Release the dark lord.
I mean, I feel like that's the right approach to Satan.
Violence like that is merely foreplay for my kind.
Not quite into the cross species play there, buddy. Like, turn it down.
You exorcised me to hell? Jesus.
Wrong place.
Throne from Satan. Commands underrealm now.
How's that a
Must
problem?
Defeat her.
Sounds like a you problem.
I'm not in a good place right now. And I can't.
Right, like you're asking me to work for the devil.
Your world exists because of Satan.
Okay.
Sure.
We do not speak of third age.
So many numbers. Get me to the point.
Was building up to for dramatic purpose.
He's like, there's a dramatic. Listen, I don't talk a lot, so you just got to sit through this one, okay?
They are foul creatures with eternal hunger. Cannot be killed. Somehow survived to fifth age.
Well, if they can't be killed, that would explain how they survived to the fifth age.
Demons drove Vile to here. Underrealm imprisoned them. Kept them weak with torture.
Now that sounds more like the demons we know.
Satan led demons against Vile. so others may live in peace.
Mm-hmm. Or is that the story he told you?
Our sacrifice is not entirely.
Thank you. Let's get to it.
Unending torture was already our.
Thank you. As I said, did that not sound more intrinsic?
Aims to release all vile, sending to surface would be end of world. Many.
I guess that makes it our problem then. Jeez.
If Volcanica and Vile not stopped, no home to return to.
There is that part.
Things worse.
Already as worse as
I don't think that's true.
Turning what I say around on me. I'm serious.
situation also very serious.
He's like Yoda on acid. I can't.
If I help you, will you send me home?
Yes,
You could just fly
I'm
up there. I really think you could.
you will retrieve what will restore me.
This is just, I feel like very vital pieces of information are being kept away from you, Mark. You can't believe that the devil and his demons are going to be altruistic and honest about anything, right?
Satan's molten crown,
Ah.
forged of pain and source of strength.
But who put it down there? Was it Volcanica?
Was expecting Omni-Man.
Omni-Man would have punched through the devil already.
Your spell couldn't tell us apart.
Mark, y'all have the same DNA. You know how DNA and blood works, right? Come on.
So, how exactly do we get to the bottom of a bottomless
That
pit?
part.
Creature with great power, God's crown below.
Of course.
You know, it wasn't just down there.
Balance that humans pretend there is. No one keeping track of good deeds, bad deeds.
Santa begs to differ.
Omni-Man never asked questions, only hid things.
That sounds like Nolan.
Why? Why do you keep doing that?
Doing what?
That! But I was going to say that Mark is also a 19, 20-year-old, so he's got natural questions that are part of growing up, whereas Nolan is hundreds of years old that we know of. So he's not going to ask as many questions because he already knows the answer to a lot of the things he probably would ask this guy. Also, he wouldn't have cared. Let's be real. If it's not a direct threat to him, he's not going to learn about it.
Take those off and hold him if you need to.
I love that. I feel like this conversation is to illustrate how deep this damn pit is.
Maybe it's napping. Come on.
Just
turn
waiting
to
for you to
me.
touch that crown. Every time with the tails, Mark. How many times you gotta get hit by a tail before you learn?
Don't worry, I'll catch you again.
What?
Damn, that thing knocked you halfway out of the cave? I was gonna say, why be worried when you know that you could be put back together, but I guess there has to be enough of you to do that.
It's not as hot as it looks.
Do not do that again.
You're scared, demon?
We got your crown.
No!
Oh,
Crown.
I was about to say, don't tell me he wasn't
fragile.
supposed to have it.
Eons ago, I rose from the blackened ash.
No one asked for a story, pal. Just put it on.
With their power coursing through my vessel, I ruled over an era of peace.
I feel like he's gonna try to eat you, Mark. I'm just gonna keep it 100% clear.
We must draw upon our memories of old. The tearing of
Everybody down here likes the monologue. Is that a side effect of being alive forever?
I'm looking big. I'm looking mean. Whoa, I'm looking hot.
All right, do you need a moment, sir? Do you need some personal time? We love the self-confidence, but we've got things to do.
I'm not.
Right? Like, I feel like there's limits.
Humans good without.
I don't know.
Otherwise, why become hero?
That
Why
part.
help others if others not worth helping?
Exactly.
Sometimes must choose least of two evils.
Bars.
There's always another way that doesn't involve torture or killing.
Okay.
Maybe. Have not found yet, and world could not wait.
AKA the situation you're in episode 1.
Defeat Volcanica, free demons, stop Vile.
Allow torture? Maybe the vile are the victims, guys.
Save strength.
Can't go to war without me.
Respectfully, there's not really a lot of you to accompany him.
Beast of Megoria calls you.
That is a very long name for a weapon, but cool. Sounds glorious.
I believe in you, brother. Kick
Great.
hideous bitch's ass.
Oh.
Take what these demons have denied you for so long.
Hey!
I know this voice actress and I can't think of it right now. So Seismic was controlling these before. I guess he didn't realize it was her army until, because she was being tortured.
I look forward to discovering the taste of your blood.
I don't know if Mark's magma proof. I didn't check. I mean, this is a nice way for Mark to blow off some steam. He's not like actually killing humans. And again, I don't know if magmites really count as a life force. I'm just saying, is there a water source nearby? Because if Mark could just make that happen, magma's done, or Volcanica done.
It's over now.
She never surrenders. Keep cutting, keep hacking. That easily? No wonder you had your crown taken so easily last time.
See, I was playing with you before, giving you hope. So
Thank God you monologue in this case.
Vile purge Earth of all surface dwellers and prepare it for my rule.
I can't let you do that.
Why would you give her a heads up, Mark?
And how do you intend to stop me?
That part. Knocking your actual block off.
Invincible.
How many times are you gonna hit? Is there a way to... Do you have to, like, put all her pieces in the four corners of the earth? Or what do we gotta do?
Is there something we can do to stop her from just
We should have
coming back
asked the
again?
first time.
I will not forget this.
Surface dweller.
Okay, so she's not dead, just retreating. So they're like, anyways, we never even liked that hoe. She just gave us hazard pay, so we decided to come out today.
Stand back. I'll...
Do nothing.
Lawyers,
Yeah, I was about to say, you got smacked down so quickly, it was embarrassing.
tell them to resume their torture before the Vile can escape. Our work must continue if this world is to survive.
Can you heal yourself there, bro? Or just gonna let those holes continue gaping?
You have my eternal gratitude, Invincible.
Really? What's it cost to you?
Aliens from another world. Who would believe such a thing is possible?
Well, speaking of the unbelievable, this whole episode,
I forgot how much I love these sounds.
I knew it was coming.
Paid your debt and then some.
You're meant to be a detective.
We owe you a debt, Damien Darkblood.
Look at that.
Do us proud.
Well, Erno Reverso, you came back because you owed a debt and now they owe you. You see how it works?
It's gonna be the most gorgeous, superpowered super baby ever. Congratulations!
You told him before Mark?
Have you, told Mark?
Mm-mm. Not yet.
I mean, you probably should.
You think?
I haven't found the right time.
But you found the right time to tell William.
We weren't trying.
Magnum Pie?
It just happened. We were using
Lady
protection.
Yaya? DTF?
I'm not ready. At least I don't.
I
think
mean,
am.
considering her powers, which are on the fritz at the moment, she could just unmake the baby, could she not? It sounds horrible to say, but I'm just saying if she's not ready.
For the love of God, talk to him instead of me.
Right? Why you're talking to the gay bestie that has literally nothing to do with this? I don't know. No, I mean, I know it's easier than actually confronting it, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know why she's sitting there justifying it to him. William's going to go with whatever you want. Not going to lie. I missed the teal a little bit. It's the first smile we've seen of the season, kids.
Paul and I have become very close over
I guess she
this.
decides to go ahead with the house, huh?
You're selling the house?
You can't sell the house, Mom.
I mean, doesn't Mark have enough money to buy it?
I can't believe this right now.
It's valid for him to have feelings. That house is an emotional tie for Mark.
Do this if it makes you happy. Great guy, and I'm glad you're moving forward with him.
You're a good boy, Mark.
My mom's gonna sell the house and move in with Paul.
Oh,
Also, hell is real.
Just a side note. By the way,
Are you okay?
Has not been.
Not.
Yeah, has not been all season.
Maybe I'm getting there.
Better, but not okay.
Holy shit.
Daddy's back? Daddy's back!
God.
Hi.
I'm sorry, Mark. There's no other way. We need you.
Not a hello. How's it been? How you been handling things? How's your mind? How's your heart? How's your mom? Looks like a cover of a comic to me.
Something the humans are doing has enraged her. Find out what and report to me.
Outside of just
Feel
existing?
there may be a need for my scorched flesh to be kissed by the gentle heat of the sun once more.
AKA, you want to come to the earth, really? Just say what your real intent is, bro. Another
Was
comic book.
afraid of this.
Yeah. I get the sense Damien is not 100% in belief of his master. I think he knows his master's got some alternative, oh, sorry, not alternative, some ulterior motives behind it all. Okay, well, that was episode 4. And yeah, the majority of it was not even on planet Earth. But I feel like the main highlight of this episode, I mean, outside of all the stuff that was happening in Hell, which I feel like was a subplot and it's fine. But I mean, with the way this show works, it might be planting some seeds for stuff that will happen either later in the season or in future seasons. But what I really took it as is that Mark, of all people being summoned to Hell to deal with this situation, was a bit of a literal location for the metaphorical dilemma he's going through, right? We see that he goes to the tailor shop at the beginning of the episode and he's basically like, again, continuing to talk through what happened with Russ, because it is something that, as I said in episode 1, is going to weigh on Mark, as it should. And like he said last episode, he doesn't want to become the kind of person who becomes desensitized to the severity and the weight of taking a life. But of course he feels bad, right? There's just nothing that feels good about what he had to do in the Russ situation. And of course it comes back to him saying once again that, oh, I'm just like my father, and turning into him. And I really like that, you know, Art didn't have a ton of advice to give him because he's much like a lot of the other people Mark's been talking to, you know, he can't really 100% relate. But he was like, listen, you know, your dad never came to me asking for, you know, questioning whether or not he did the right thing. And it's true that Nolan didn't do that, but Nolan did often ask for advice for Art. We did see that in the flashbacks, but digressing. But he basically said to Mark, like, look, if you weren't here questioning what you did and also questioning if you should even wear the suit, then I would be more worried about you. But the fact that you are, you know, looking and, you know, you're going over in your mind whether or not there was a different way to do it, and even thinking whether or not there could be a different way in the future, that shows that you are not some cold-blooded, premeditative killer. Like, you did what you had to do in that moment. And, you know, as Mark said, I think that was the right decision at that time. And as I said, as I discussed back in episode 1, I agree. It would have been great if there was another alternative that could have been found and done in that moment, but they didn't have it. So that is life. Outside of big life or death decisions like what Mark did, in real life, we always come up against situations where we make the best decision we can at the time. And sometimes the decision that we make, as Darkblood brought out, sometimes it's the lesser of two evils. Sometimes both choices suck badly, or maybe there's more than two. All the choices maybe that are available suck. But then in that case, you got to find the one that sucks the least, or that you feel is going to have the least amount of negative impact down the line. And that's what Mark did. And, you know, of course, the whole thing that happened in Hell was very much the same idea. You know, yes, we're taking out the Volcanica so that we can make way for the demons to continue torturing other creatures. Does that sound great? No. However, the other alternative is to let Volcanica continue doing what she was doing, and all of humanity effectively be wiped out or enslaved. For Mark, since he is a human and that's the species he's prioritized, the lesser of the two evils was to allow these creatures to be tortured, continue to be tortured for God knows how long, right? So I kind of like that, you know, they showed that between that situation and what Art was saying, like, Mark just has to come to terms, like, the decision's been made. There's nothing that can be done about it. That's what the Guardian said last episode as well. They were like, it's done. Like, we can't go back. We can't undo what Mark did. So we just got to move forward and accept that that was the decision that had to be made at that time. So anyway, we see that with all that Mark went through in that situation, that in the end, when he came back, he took the suit, right? Because I I think that Damien, the way that Darkblood kind of put things out in a very simplistic, blunt way, I think is kind of was good for Mark. That's the best advice he was going to get, I think, in this case. And, you know, bringing it into perspective, like he said, because, you know, we don't know how old Darkblood is, but I think we can assume that it's a few centuries at least. You know, he kind of let him know that, kiddo, like, this is going to be life. You're going to come across decisions sometimes that suck and that are going to take a toll, but you got to do what's best for you. You got to do what's best for what you care about, right? And so I think that that's what Mark needed to hear, is that, yeah, like in this case, in the case of what happened with him before, there were no good choices. He had to do what he had to do. And as far as, you know, the near misses he's continuing to have, that's more to do with his own, I mean, they didn't talk about that. Like, he didn't talk about that with Damien, but the near misses and the fact that he keeps considering it over and over again, and it's becoming more of a realistic option for him, like what he was talking about with Art, that's something he's gonna have to figure out, whether that's through therapy or talking to someone, whatever it is. That's more about, as I said in the episode, him channeling the fear that he has and the helplessness that he has in the fact that he can't always be there and he can't always protect the people he loves, right? That stems all the way back to season 1 and 2 with Amber. You know, like, that's what broke him and Amber, is the fact that he realized he couldn't protect her and that his world was gonna present way more danger to her, that was gonna be extra dangerous because she was human, than what he could do to protect. And she wasn't willing to be in it either, to be fair. But you know what I mean? That started there, and then continuously, like what happened with Conquest, all these things, Mark is coming to the realization that all of us come to as we become adults, is that there's only so much control you can have over the world around you and your situation around you. And sometimes things happen, bad things happen that you don't want to happen, and you just have to accept it. And so Mark's going to have to figure out a way to get through that and get through those fears without it being channeled into anger and aggression, and definitely not channeled into the people that he's potentially having to detain or, you know, take care of in the name of protection. So anyway, I think that was kind of the overall message, and I think it was a good one for Mark. I like that they showed at the end that now that he kind of feels like he's made peace with at least the decision from episode 1, he can actually, we saw the first smile that he's given this whole season. Like, as he said to Eve at the end, he's not 100% there yet, but he's definitely better. And I do think, like I said, the fact that he was able to smile and just fly and let himself just kind of feel a bit weightless for a while instead of carrying the weight of all the things he's been carrying, that's a good step in the right direction. Of course, he does not know all the things that are still going on, because as he was saying to Eve, you know, yeah, hell is real and I'm still dealing with all this other stuff. He didn't know that he's a father. And I say in past tense, we'll see what happens. I have not read the comics, so I don't know whether, I know that him and Mark do eventually have kids, but Mark and Eve, but I don't know if it's now or if it's in the future, but I digress. That kind of dovetails into Eve. She's told William about it. Like I said, I know that she tried to contact Mark before, and obviously he was unavailable while he was in hell, but I think she's avoiding it for obvious reasons. But yeah, as William said, there's not much else to say. Like, she's got to talk to Mark about it. You know, I feel like I'm a believer that if you, even though, yes, it is a woman's body and her choice, I do think that if you are in a good, healthy relationship, you should still communicate with your partner if you're pregnant. I feel like that's just a matter of respect. In the end, it's Eve's choice, though. And I do think she should talk to Mark about it. It's another thing on his plate, but it is what it is. But as we heard from her, she doesn't feel like she's ready at this time, because I think she's only supposed to be like 19, 20 herself as well. She's very young. The world's kind of in chaos. And I think what's really scaring her the most about this, outside of those things, is that her powers are on their fritz and she has no idea what's going on with her body. So, you know, it's sounding to me like she's kind of made up her mind already. And as I was saying in the episode, I don't know, like the fact that she can rearrange atoms, and I mind you, she's never really rearranged her body though. So maybe it doesn't work the same. But clearly, if she was able to rebuild herself after what Conquest did, I'm fairly certain she has the ability to probably take care of it herself if she wants to. But that's going deep into it. Just a side note that I thought during the episode. But yeah, I do think she's kind of made up her mind that this is not the time. They do have plenty of time to have kids. Like, Mark has infinity effectively. I don't know about Eve. I think with her power, she can just keep regenerating. So the point is, there's plenty of time for children. They don't need to do it now. This is probably the worst time ever. But there's usually never a perfect time to have kids anyway. So whatever happens, happens with that. And then we see there was a little bit of Deb telling the kids that she's made her decision. She wants to move out. And, you know, of course, they're behind it. I do think that I feel like Mark's going to buy the house. I don't know why. I'm just thinking, maybe I'm wrong, but I love that Mark has been supportive. You know, both him and Oliver have been great to Debbie. She deserves that. They're not at all trying to block her, you know, which is great. And then, of course, I knew the second she made a decision like this would be when as we saw. Nolan's back with Alan, and he's still kind of hiding the fact that he's hovering above the house and just kind of saying to like Mark, hey, come with me, rather than why don't I come in? Maybe have a talk, face my ex-wife that I owe a lot to. He's trying to hide still. So we'll see whether, I have a feeling Mark is not just going to take off with him. Like, it's not the time, and he still has a lot of things he needs to say to his dad. So I feel like the next episode, we're going to have some good convos. Plus, I think he also needs to talk to Oliver. He really needs to see what's going on with the son that he hasn't seen since he was just a few months old. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the next episode if we're going to stick with the reunion theme, which I'm hoping that they will. But this was an interesting episode. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.